Hello everybody and welcome to today's KFPL match, and today we've got Mentol versus Sredz. I can tell you that Shan and Fluffy have both been banned, and we're going to start off with Mentol on Bertrand and Sredz is on Milan. Let's get this underway. And Sredz is going to go first here.
Got himself Untamed Shadows Dis.
Yeah, Mentol here with logo Shadows Untamed.
It's just the old Dis versus logo to see which one makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. Both of these players are fantastic players, and they've both got some incredible decks.
Yeah, they've been great. Great plays all through this event.
Looking at Sredz, 4 Shulers, Control the Weak, Gateway, and here we go. We're underway. Into Untamed and a Witch of the Wilds.
Nice card to start with. Going to want to get rid of that as quick as possible.
Yeah, very nice to start with. And Mentol, Marmor Swarm and Nox, so Sredz is possibly going to get some value out of that Witch of the Wilds. Having a little think about what to do here. And into Dis. Oh, Mind Barb, and gets rid of a Nerve Blast. A great hit. Pops away the Wolf on that Witch of the Wilds and a Shuler. Passes it over to Mentol on 2. And Mentol
into Shadows. Double Ronnie.
Double Ronnie
nice
and
a
Throwing Stars as well. Not really going to get any amber value out of that Throwing Stars, but still lay some damage down. And back over to Sredz. Had both the amber he gained stolen.
So Shred's going Shadows as well now.
Oh, Silent Dagger on that Shuler. Can be a great little card.
To a flank.
Yeah. Oh, and then the Nerve Blast.
With his own Nerve Blast.
Yeah. Gets rid of one of those Ronnies. And a Relentless Whispers to get rid of the others. And then a Ghostly Hand. And a Kylo Phantom. Sred's bursting up to 6 here. Says check. What can you do? And Mentol into Logos here. Strange Gizmo. Igor to dig through. Gets rid of Pose Pixies and Life for a Life there. Helperbot and a Dana.
Helperbot. Yeah.
So Sredz is going to forge here. It's interesting getting rid of the pose. Must have a plan in mind though. So Sredz forges the red key. Controversial choice after the Worlds Collide. And Sredz having a good think about the house.
Him, though.
No.
It's the old Baron, right?
Yeah, that's the one. It makes everyone forge that red key last. Be interesting to see when they bring out some more cards that have effects related to forged key colours. So Sredz into Dis, reaps with the Shuler and pops 4 damage onto the Dana. And puts out a Life Ward and then a Tendrils of Pain to get rid of that Helperbot. Discards the Gateway and already up to 4 amber here, Sredz.
Yeah, was able to steal one using the Kylo Phantom effect from playing the Life Ward as well.
Yeah, he's out the gates at light speed, I have to say. And a Mimicry coming down. What is he going to copy with that?
Copied Throwing Stars.
Yeah, fantastic choice there. Gets himself up to 6 and check. This is back over to Mentol. And that Strange Gizmo on Mentol's side, normally a bit of a problem, but if your Sredz getting 2 keys to 0 up, you're not going to mind losing just 2 creatures for that.
No. Pretty dangerous creatures at the moment as well with the upgrades on them.
Mentol into Logos. Oof. Ash, so just a Smoko and a Cutthroat Research. So Sredz is going to forge that second key. And into Dis. Oh, the Life Ward. Reaping with the Shula.
Life Ward. Stop
Getting
any
rid of the
creatures coming down
Nox.
next turn.
Yep.
Dust Pixie.
And 2 Shulas as well. He's halfway to his third key already. Passes it over to Mentol, into Logos. Discards an Archimedes. Finally gets rid of that Witch of the Wilds. And pops a Sizemore Entangler down. And back over to Sredz.
Got a lot of use out of the Witch.
Yeah, really. And, I mean, really looks like he could run away with this at this point. Yeah, straight into Dis and probably going to reap 3 times. Going to have to put 4 damage on one of his own creatures with that Shula. Chooses to put it on the Terror that he's just dropped on the board. Passes the turn on check. Very quick game, this. What can Mentol do here? Into Logos. Pulls the Archives. Stops Dis from reaping. Helperbot. Off Nature's Call.
Turns them to hand. Bit of a tricky choice with that board.
Yeah, but gets the Helperbot back so he can... And then Ronnie's just to take him off check.
Very nice.
Okay, interesting.
And Sizemore was played, so Dis can't reap this turn.
Oh, Control the Weak forces him into Untamed, drops the Terror, drops the Shula to steal 1. He's going to reap and reap. Mentol concedes. Fantastic. We'll be back shortly with the second match. Everyone, so we're definitely back for the second match this time, and we have the right first player. So we will get this underway. Mentol is playing Bertrand again, and Sredz is bringing Max. So Mentol is going to be going first this time. Sred's deck just went off last match. That was absolutely insane.
Very quick one.
It was indeed.
Just like good options all around, really. Managed to keep state of the board in his favour.
Yep. It seemed like he just had the perfect draw order, to be honest. Absolutely smashed it.
Alright, so Mentol's gone into Untamed with a Duskwitch.
Oof, but Sredz straight out there with a Twin Bolt Emission and now a Tautau Vapors. Duskwitch, always a hard one first turn. If you can't answer it, it can be very problematic.
Yeah, he was quite fortunate with that. Twin Bolt.
Yeah. So Mentol into Logos with an Igor and pitches a Life for a Life and a Lab Work. Gets an Entangler out, gets a Helperbot out. Nature's Call to bounce it all back. We're going to see the Helperbot again. And the Igor as well. Digging through that deck really well here. And this time he's pitched 2 Ronnies. Great TV show.
Played another Helperbot and then into playing another Ronnie.
And then a Marmo Swarm as well.
That's just a great combination with the Helperbots being able to play the Nature's Call.
Yeah, impressive turn, says Sredz, and it is. It's instant board there from Mentol. So Sredz goes into Saurian and says goodbye to that board, but he's going to have to ward one of them. What do you ward here? What's the Helperbot, the least threatening thing on the board at this point? And out comes an Unguis and a Tricerian, which is going to ward the Ungris. So Ungris pumping the power of all your creatures. Does Mentol have any wipes?
Could mean trouble for Mentol soon. Once they start getting stronger.
Exactly, and I don't see any, apart from maybe the Life for the Lives can deal with some of it, but oof, this could get very painful very quickly. So Mentol
logos.
Yeah. Cutthroat, Archimedes, Seismo. Wonder what he's put under that jar goggle. Archimedes, of course, not nearly as useful as it was before that strange ruling about it archiving your entire battle line if you got board wiped. So Mentol passes over to Sredz on 3 amber. But what happens here could be crucial. Sredz only have 5 cards to play with because of the chains from the Axiom, though. And he goes into Logos. Candle unit, which is behind the taunt of that Tricerian, and a group think tank on the other side. Oh, very threatening now.
Yeah, good way to make up the cards.
Mentol into Logos as well. Picks up his archives. Ah, yes. So 2 helper bots come down. What are we going to see out of house here? And I wonder what's under that jar goggle.
Seismo and Tangler to stop reaping next turn for Saurian.
Yeah, it's fair. Nox, Dana. Feel like he's probably run out of steam there. Yep. Passes it over to Sredz. And into Star Alliance. 2 Kirby's. And you'll notice the way that battle line's been laid out as well. So that the group think tank isn't going to do his own stuff when it goes off.
Yeah, it's good thinking about that as well. Both players this time having these house cheats going on.
Yeah. Out comes a Fran as well. Is it Fran or is it Frayne?
I'd probably say Frayne.
Yeah, I think Frayne. There's no need for the Eve, it's Fran. Although us Brits do like our extra silent letters, but still. Oh, and the Franz Blaster, and then a Phalanx Strike to get rid of the Archimedes, and then exalts the Primus.
And suddenly that's it, everything gets bigger.
Yeah, everything's suddenly a lot bigger. I think this is going to be hard for Mentol to recover from.
Suddenly a big board. Because to be honest, with the Primus in there, you could survive the group think tank.
Yeah, exactly, and it's warded.
Mentol going to Shadows.
What can we see here? Yeah.
Sucker punch to get rid of that ward.
Very nice. Subtle Maul, very nice. Life for a Life. Okay, so there was a Nerve Blast
that's good.
under that Jagoggle. He's got rid of that Ungris. I think that was vital. And he's got himself onto check as well, so fantastic play there.
Nice turn. He definitely had to focus on that, because otherwise there was no getting rid of anything else.
Yeah, agreed. There was no way to deal with that board otherwise.
Sredz going Star Alliance again. He's got plenty on the board to play with.
He has, especially with those Kirby's as well.
Oh, yeah. They're just such good cards. Like, having that effect on anything they do.
Kirby's out. Finger Trap. Reach with Fran. Going to use the Blaster to pop 2 damage on the Nox to get rid of it. Still has another Kirby. Problem with having this many Kirby's is you don't always end up with enough actions actually to take full advantage of it. So does he have another one here? Another Fran. Wow.
Our friendly creature captures.
Yeah, onto the group think tank. And then puts a quadricorder onto the candle unit as well.
Ending his turn
Mentol's,
on 7.
bring Mentol's cost up to 9. And there's an answer to this huge board. It's going to have to give over a key, but that strange gizmo is going to deal with everything. Complete board wipe. And we'll throw 2 amber back over towards Mentol when this fires as well.
If he can get it to fire, the trouble is you got the 2 frames that are going to be capturing if he keeps going Star Alliance.
Yeah, this is true. He does need it to fire, and his cost is 9. Sredz with 8 cards in hand here as well. Where is he going to go? Candle unit can be brutal, especially if you facing it need to reap. Then just giving free cards away. So into Star Alliance again. He's going to capture at least 2 from those Frans. There goes a Kirby.
Starts off with a Kirby.
And fights into the helper bot. Wild Wormholes into a Phalanx Strike. Not a bad hit. Would be happier to see it if you still had the Unguis out to pop the Amber on for the Exalt repeat. But as it is,
absolutely
still not bad. Gets rid of that Dana. Is he going to repeat the effect? He does. Puts it on to Fran, repeats it, gets rid of the Smoko. Having a good think about sequencing here, I suspect. Yeah, Kirby to kill off that other helper bot. Chant of Hubris. Maybe should have played that before killed the helper bot off. Now an Information Officer Grey. So archives an Orator Hisario and has a CXO Tabor on board. Mentol straight into Untamed. Discards a Pixies. Oh, fantastic play. Soldiers to Flowers. Gets a big burst of amber there. But does mean no longer has those untamed creatures. And down comes the Chota to forge the key, clear the board, and put himself on check for second key.
Excellent.
And
well done.
And there was a Song of Spring there as well to return the Chota back to their deck as well. And before the draw, and with the draw deck being so low, you've got to wonder Mentol's got that in hand still. So here comes Sredz, Information Exchange, Steel One, Candle Unit, Bibliophile, and a Daughter as well for value. Don't think he's going to take Mentol off check here then. Nope, Mentol's going to forge that second key.
Sucker Punch.
Gets rid of the Daughter.
2 damage to Daughter.
Throwing Stars to get rid of the Bibliophile. And a Miasma, and a Ronnie.
He's really making a lot of good plays here, and it's already back up to 4 amber for his third key.
Yep. So, what answer can Sredz have here? Mentol has gone through his deck now, and Sredz is down to the last 3 in the draw pile, so we're going to see stuff start to come back round again. But Mentol's deck is now 6 cards lighter, so probably happier to get to more of the good stuff. Just improves his efficiency.
Clears out the Untamed.
So here comes an Orator Hisario. Yep, lots of exalting going on. And uses the action on the Candle Unit to capture one. Putting Sredz on check. Oh, and a Scootum on the...
Scootum.
And a CSI as well. Apart from that Scootum, that looks like a big piggy bank of amber over there to me on Sredz' side of the board.
Yeah, he's still able to get 4 back if he can clear it.
Yep, and into shadows. We're going to see a life for a life here, maybe.
Ideally, he wants to be getting rid of that candle unit so he can reap, but so far he's managed without it, to be honest.
Sucker punch onto the Hisario. And then a reap with the Ronnie. Yeah, there's the life and the life. And
puts himself on check.
Gets rid of that candle unit. This is back over to Sredz, but Sredz is going to forge that second key here. But Mentol is on check for the third key. Sredz needs an answer right now into Logos. And nope. We see a GG from Sredz. I think he's going to play out the hand, but that's it. Fantastic. We will be back very soon for game 3. So we're back, everybody, with the third and final match between these two fantastic players. And what have we got here? Mentol has brought back the Agent of Ratcot, and Sredz is still on max. Expecting a very interesting third match here.
It's been a great back and forth so far.
This game decides, as Sredz is saying, who is going to be number 1 in their group. So Sredz going first and taking a mulligan. Now, whenever I mulligan, I always end up mulliganing because I have 2 or 3 cards I don't want early doors, and I always mulligan and end up with exactly those cards I didn't want back in my hand again.
Yeah, and 1 extra that you really don't need, like a Chota or something.
Yeah, or a gateway or... Okay, so Sredz into Saurian and out there with the Primus Unguis.
Getting him out early. See if he stays alive.
Oh, Mentol responds with a Simon and a Brend. That Simon, a great answer to the kind of shenanigans you get with Unguis. Having skirmish and just bouncing things back to the hand. Says you exalt that fella all you like. So Sredz into Star Alliance.
Perfect card against wards as well.
Yeah, oh, but look at that. Kirkart and then a Frayne.
Well, that'll stop it.
Yeah, Kirkart will definitely stop that Simon having any effect. Does mean you can run the Brend into it, though.
It does,
to kill the Brend. And the Blaster. So, very interesting from Sredz there, because Mentol can now... Doesn't do, though. Chooses to go into Logos. And, okay, Universal Key Lock to pump the key cost up to 9. And a Sanitation Engineer and says, go.
Quick turnaround on that one.
Yeah. It's always difficult when you don't know what the players have got in their hand. Maybe saving that Brend move up for when it could be more impactful.
Yeah, and it's often nice to try and sort of filter out your hand a little bit, try and get more of a hand together for playing a big turn.
Yeah, exactly. Hand shaping. Definitely. And maybe that is what's going on here. It's always easier to do early doors as well. There's less concern about ending up with something suboptimal early doors as there is later in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're still great cards for getting them out because they're going to have an effect as the turns go on, like the Universal Key Lock.
So Sredz into Saurian in here, pops out a Pterodactyl. Got to say he's going to reap with that Unguis and... Oh, what a phallic strike. He's going to
exalt into it.
And kill the Simon. Yep. and then reaps with it to exalt it, but exalted the Frayne, so. And a CSI as well. A statement of intent that he's going to reap with that Frayne on a future turn. Of course, the blaster bouncing not something you can do anymore, so once you've attached it to a Frayne, you can't move it around and get repeats of the effect. Mentol here into Logos. Titan Guardian, Edai. And that's his lot.
Key costs going up for both at the moment.
Yeah. Getting very interesting. I suspect what you'll see here is getting up to big numbers of amber, and then the key lock will pop, and all of a sudden somebody will be forging and have enough amber for the next key as well. So
Sredz going Logos.
Yeah, candle unit Dosa, and then a twin bolt. Pops 2 on the Edai and 1 on the Guardian after armor.
Yeah, starting to wear down that Edai.
Sredz does have a fair bit of direct damage in this deck, so I don't think that Edai will be long for the world. And passes the turn over to Mentol. Goes into Logos. May think about killing his own Titan Guardian here for the card draw. So hologram phone comes down. Information exchange to steal 1.
Ooh, Edai is fighting the daughter. And then Titan Guardian fight the daughter, gets rid of the extra cards.
It's a sensible move. That extra card advantage can be a killer. So Sredz here into Star Alliance. Reaping with the Fran. I imagine the 2 damage is going on the Edai. And captures onto the candle unit. Pops a Calvin on the Kirkar, so I'm going to reap and draw. Still has 7 cards in hand here. Got to expect more Star Alliance stuff to come out. Has only played 1 Star Alliance card this turn.
There's a Kirby.
Here we go. The shenanigans start.
Get to play a non-Star Alliance card.
Plays a Frayne first. Oh yeah. You don't
Still
see
2
it go
from Mentol.
Yeah, I don't see it go so fast on TCL. Can't miss that in real life. Got to think of, like, now's a good time to get rid of that Titan Guardian if you can as well, if you don't want him to get the card draw advantage from it. But no, sits on 8 and passes over. Mentol into Saurian. A Retor comes down. Bumps the keys now for Sredz up to 12. And a Tricerion. This could be a long game, actually. A lot of control in both of these decks.
Lots of it. Sredz just managing to keep the amber down for Mentol. Mostly just taking it onto his side of the board.
Yep.
But at the same time, Mentol just saying no keys forging at the moment.
And Sredz has no way to take advantage of that captured amber beyond letting it disappear with the Imperial Scutum, but right now it's scattered all across his battle line, so... The Axioms of Grisk.
Straight into Star Alliance.
Mentol without a meaningful wipe as well. Because of the Axiom. And so the Fran gets rid of the Legionary. And pops the ward on that Retta. Yeah. Gets rid of the Guardian, but gives him 2 cards. Kirby kills Loretta and is able to do it because he's getting pumped by that Primus Unguis. Kirkar to reap and draw a card, takes himself up to 9. And then an Information Officer Grey. What are we going to see archived here? Candle Unit. Do we have more Star Alliance to come here? What have we seen?
Sredz really seems to be able to get a good board state out in this deck.
And a quadricorder comes down as well. Putting it on the Unguis.
Discards a stunner.
Discards a stunner.
Mentol into shadows. Plays Inky Gloom.
Yeah.
Uses Bren to fight the Karkar. Steals 3. Plays Oubliette.
Yeah, nothing to purge with the Oubliette with that Unguis pumping everything.
Yeah. So Sredz can't reap this turn.
Into Saurian, remove the stun on the Pterodactyl. Sometimes it can be a blessing when the opponent does that to you. It gives you the opportunity to clear some stuff out of your hand. Having a think here may have some sequencing to do. Maybe thinking about an Axiom. Really isn't necessary though.
No.
Oh, a Scootum onto the Pterodactyl.
Phalanx Strike.
What deals the damage to the Pterodactyl? And then an Imperium towards the Unguis and the Pterodactyl. And then a Chant of Hubris. Removing one from the Candle Unit and putting it on the Kirby. Okay, over we go to Mentol. Sredz is on check now. So Mentol with the Sanitation Engineer. Wards it with the Hologramophone. Finally going to see the end of that Universal Keylock, I think. And down comes another Entropic Swirl. So damaging the Kirkar and then a Plasmate to move the Kirby and kill it. But there goes that Keylock.
Yeah.
So Sredz force
back down to normal.
Sredz forging that first key. And into Star Alliance. So reaping with the Frayne, going to capture one. There's another Frayne with which he can reap and capture. Probably. Where would you put it? To the Candle Unit and pops the ward with the blaster.
Making sure that Ember's spread out, so it's really going to be board wipe to try and get some of it back, really.
Yep. Another Kirkar, and then a Tautau Kirby, and then a Tautau Vapors. Yeah, I suspect he's spreading that Amber out to protect himself from Axiom. And a Tabor. Kirkar reaping and drawing, and we've still got the Information Officer Grey as well to take a turn here.
Already got 2 cards on archive, so you can keep on adding to that.
Out comes
Plays
a
a nurse Soto.
nurse and deploys it between the pterodactyl and the other Fran.
Just adding to this increasing board state.
Yep. So,
Getting...
what can Mentol do here? Chant of Hubris. Ah, good move, taking one off the Unguis. And so the Fran and the Grey died because they had too much damage on them for their new power level. Oh, and an Odoac and a Phalanx Strike. Mentol already up to 10 amber here.
So that's another nice way of dealing it with it. So you don't even have to get through the ward or anything. Just move it. Just move it.
Yeah, exactly. Mentol's key cost still up to 9 because of that quadricorder.
Yeah, has enough to forge currently, but
Let's see what happens. Into Saurian we go. Yeah, Reaps with the Unguis to exalt it. Get everything's power back up again. Depends what he's got in hand here. Yeah, Reaping with the Pterodactyl. Was thinking myself about whether you fight with it into the Odoac or not, but it only does 4 damage, so... Oh, and out comes a Hasario. Yeah, so puts the Unguis into that Odoac. And a Tricerian.
Gets that ward straight back on it.
Yep. And then a Questajata as well. Still, Mentol is going to forge here, but at a very inflated cost. Sredz has enough to be on check as well now.
Just
Having a think about
another move here.
Yeah, what could he have here? Have we seen both Phalanx Strikes? It wouldn't work anywhere. There's no enemy creatures. Yeah, interesting. So, Mentol forges that first key, but has to pay 9 for it. Yeah, very.
Yep. And like say, Sred's already on check for 6 for the second key.
Not anymore. Mentol throwing down a Ronnie and a Kymor as well. And a Trust No One to steal 3. Certainly not giving up here, Mentol, fighting for every amber.
Yeah, each of their games has just been this great back and forth. Like, seeing a lot of really well played out turns.
Yeah. Great decks and great players. Although that first game was insane.
The speed of that one, yeah, madness.
Yeah. Okay, so Sredz into Star Alliance. Tabor will be an interesting one. Yeah, so Reaps with Tabor straight away to play an Igor. They go digging through his deck. Let's see what he chooses to discard. Igor a great card, but can be painful when you have to throw something away you wanted. So we've lost a Legionary and a Phalanx Strike there. New Soto Reaping and healing the Fran and the Pterodactyl. Reaping with the Fran. Putting 2 damage on Tabor. That's interesting. Why put the 2 damage on there? It is a you may, not that you have to. So interesting there. Reaping with the Kirby, putting down a Tautau Vapors and drawing 2 and archiving another. So Sredz building up a bit of an archive here, and we'll build it up even more now with the Information Officer Grey as well. Puts a Quantum Finger Trap in there. What have we seen going there? It's been quite a bit of logos. I think we saw a group think tank in there as well.
This is again just filtering the deck because he's already been through once and he's down to 11 cards left in the draw already.
Yep. And Stunner and Calvin attached to that Fran. So Sredz on check with 7, passes it over to Mentol.
Check on 7. He's got 6 amber captured on cards at the moment.
Yeah. Like I say, quite the piggy bank, but I don't see how we can get it off. Just a Ronnie to steal 1 to stop Sredz. Sredz into Saurian. So an Imperium. What are we going to see warded here? Maybe that Fran. Kirby and the Pterodactyl. It's fair. Kirby can be very impactful. Again, probably a sign that he's got some shenanigans he wants to pull off later.
Yeah.
And then a Hubris to place an Amber on the Ronnie, which I suspect we'll see die any second.
Yeah, cards like the Kirby just give you additional options, just set up these combos that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do.
Yeah. The house cheating with a good Star Alliance set, especially in Worlds Collide, can be insane. Especially with Tabor and Kirby in the deck. Sredz having a good think here. Just be thinking about sequence of play. Has almost half his deck on the board at this point, Sredz. Discards a Phalanx Strike. Maybe, so I suspect what's happening here is Sredz is not wanting to up his Amber too high because Mentol has that TMTP and he just doesn't want to give him the opportunity. Yeah. That's why we're seeing these things getting discarded. He's just
playing it
slowly.
Safe.
Yeah. So Mentol into Logos. Yeah. Daughter. An Edai to push the cost up to 7. And wards the Daughter. So Sredz is going to forge that second key here. Can generate an insane amount of Amber from a Star Alliance turn, for example, here.
Three, 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, even if he just reaps for all the Star Alliance he's got in play, he's looking at 5, and then being able to play additional cards from hand.
Yep, exactly. He's going to be able to. He's going to be able to archive something else. He's going to be able to play something non-creature. He's going to play or use a non-Star Alliance from the Tabor. Yeah, and goes into Star Alliance. Don't know what he has in hand here, but unsurprising, really.
He's got to be looking at trying to get rid of the Eddie as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and there goes the Eddie.
Now Saito fights. Here's the other 2, Frayne and Pterodactyl.
Yeah, Frayne to Whoops. Going to pop the ward on the Daughter, yeah. Captures 1.
Gets a nice extra card from the Calvin as well.
Yep. And then reaps with Kirby. Wonder what we'll see played from that.
Come off the Kirby stuns, Ronnie.
Yep. Definitely thinking carefully about the sequencing here. Again, getting to check at this point that really asks the question of Mentol. You've got to think he's had hold of that. We've not seen the TMTP get thrown out, have we? No, so he's got that TMTP.
Twin bolt emission coming down.
So, well, bye-bye Ronnie and daughter. Oh no, does it to daughter and Nurse Soto. Doesn't want to pop the Ronnie because doesn't want the extra amber off it, I suspect. So I suspect we're going to see him go to check here, but no more. Archives and information exchange as well.
Another Kirby.
Wow. Clearing out the hand.
You got left? Anything else left to play in there?
Yep,
City
Street Interest. Wow. You take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All of it.
Everything. Just all of it.
Have all of his amber. Okay, Mentol into Saurian. Golden Spiral. Paraguardian. And an Axiom. Clears some of it, but really not a lot.
No, the trouble because with the frames, they've been just capturing and everything, so it's all protected.
Yeah, exactly, because the only wipe he has is the Axiom. And what do you do if you're Sredz here? Into Star Alliance.
You probably still don't want to go too crazy because there's that threat of the too much protect with just stealing one extra.
Yeah, exactly. Pops an Axiom into his archive now. Reaping with the Kirby, so has gone to 7. Interesting to see if he goes any higher.
There's a chance of hubris.
So he's going to move one from Igor and put it on the Ronnie, setting himself up with a nice piggy bank. I don't see... No.
Reaps with
There's no Calpigian over there. So I think Sredz has decided to go for it with the burst here, hasn't he? Bait out that. I mean, it could, given that he's a key up, right? There's a world in which you bait out that TMTP now, kind of pop that zit to get it out the way, knowing that you can just burst afterwards the next turn to get to key.
Yeah.
So Fran weeping and drawing. Yep, pops the Ronnie.
Kills the Ronnie with the blaster.
And a Tau Vapors now as well. So at this point, most of Sredz' deck is either in his archives or on the board. Passes over on 13 amber. Mentol into Shadows. Yeah, TMTP straight away. And a Hugger Mugger. Customs Office, and that's it. But I suspect this is all she wrote here.
Yeah,
Big
Star Alliance. 9, but his key costs 9.
Yep. And he's going to capture some of it with these frames here. Free to reap out now. Mentol's deck has reshuffled though. Yeah, and there we go. We see the concede from Mentol.
Yeah, well played, Mentol. I
Yeah,
had a
me
lot.
too, yeah. It was too good game to finish.
Yeah. Oh, the last game was so intense, and I'm still shaking from it.
Yeah, that last
and
game
the
From
first
my
one.
side, that was more about like surviving.
Yeah, that's true. Whew.
We were looking
Adrenaline
at
is
it
pumping through my veins.
and we were looking at it and thinking, you know, you were spreading the amber about their Sredz and knowing that Mentol's only real wipe was going to be the Axiom. I'm assuming you did that to protect from that wipe.
Yeah, that's true. I was so in the last game I had like a million things to keep in mind at the same time. I needed to place my creatures on the flanks, which are not that important because of the Kaimo Eclipse. Then I had to make sure to spread out all the Ember I have. Plus, I needed to have in mind that he's got a Tribute, that he's got an Eddy still on his hand, that there is still a too much with the Hugger Mugger. So I could not go full speed. I had to be very cautious and very decisive about every step I take. But my deck wanted to do so much more, but I always needed to restrict myself and keep all of these things in mind. Plus, the 6 Semper Tyrannosaurus, I always had to keep in mind to keep the, how's it called, Pterodactyl safe, to be safe from that kind of play. If my, how is it called, the dude who does everyone stronger. If that guy would have fallen, I would have lost the Quadricoda, which was honestly the most important card in the game. Everything at once.
The Primus Unguis was pumping everything up for you, and it was interesting because you knew Mentol had the TMTP in hand. He must have had probably for a while, I guess. Mentol, right?
That's in the start.
At the start, wow.
Oh wow! Because
so you're constantly chaining yourself.
You eventually took that turn where, kind of Kieran and I watching it, we're saying, you know, there's a point here where 2 keys up, you just go, screw it, I'm going to burst and bait out the TMTP, knowing with the board I have, I can just reap out next turn anyway.
Yeah, that's true. And also, there were a few turns where I just went to 7 Ember instead of 6, just to bait out the potential too much, or to bait out the Eddy, just to give him some sort of reason to play a bit more of the Ember control than he needs to.
Yeah, and you showed great restraint there, Mentol, as well, not rising to the baits of the 7s, but when it went up to, was it 13 or 14, it's more like too much to resist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go at 12, like that was already finished.
True.
Yep.
Also, I tried to stack all of my cards into my archive so that I would see the city state constantly. My thought process was that even so, if I have the city state on my hand, I don't even care about a big too much turn, because then it's all good to go. So that was kind of in my favor, I guess.
Yeah. And what about that first game? That was absolutely insane, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, first time I see my deck like stay at 2 Ember and no key. That was so difficult.
Yeah, it was like I had like the perfect opening hand, and you were like had a very strange how do I say it, arrangement of cards. And yeah, I mean, I started with my Witch of the Wilds, and then got into a 4 or 5 card Shadows hand. So I was up to a very good start in testing. I knew that the matchup was slightly in favor to me, but it felt like a 55% chance to 45 to between our two decks. I knew that I wanted to play this matchup, but I did not know that it would be that clear in this turn.
That was fast.
Yeah,
it was incredibly fast. It looked almost outside in, as if like if you could have stacked a deck beforehand and chose the order of all the cards in the draw pile, it couldn't have gone better, I suspect.
Yes, the control the weak in the last turn was just icing on the cake. I drew just one card from my deck, and it was to control the weak. No, I think I drew more cards, but the one discard I got was control the weak, and I was like, okay, yeah, no matter what he does, I'm done with the game. I'm through.
And then the second match there was incredibly well fought and well won, Mentol, as well.
Yeah, I think I don't have luck on the first one, but on the second, like all the logos at the start of the deck make me cycle so fast, so I can move out Strange Gizmo, a lot of logos card, and so yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I really liked your first turn there. This was so good.
Yeah, I got take Nature Call, and then I got take another Alphabot, so yeah.
Truly magnificent. Yeah, and also the thing about the Seismo Entangler, I completely forgot about it. I would have gone to 7 or 8 Ember if I was allowed to reap, but yeah, this really was the downfall of this game for me.
Yeah, it was nice.
I wonder what would have happened if I would have chosen another house or something, if I could have saved the game, but yeah, well played on that part.
Yeah, at that moment, I was thinking a city state.
Yeah, true. When you went into the games today, did you wanted to win, or no? This is the wrong question. But were you expecting to win, or was it close for you in your mind?
Are we still?
I haven't understand.
Oh, you haven't understand. So, when you I don't know if you practiced for our games, but when you were going into the games today, did you expect to win all of these games, or have you been a bit shaky about all of this?
No, I don't know. I have practice, and yeah, like you say, was like I think that was a fair matchup. I think the worst matchup was my World Collide against yours, but after that was like 50%, 50%. So no, I was not sure to win for sure.
Yeah,
But that was approximately the same for every match I done on this group. Like Callum, that win against Callum, that was difficult. Same last week, I win 2-0, but in the practice that was also difficult. No, that was a good group.
Oh,
I
yeah,
believe
it's a
so.
tough group.
So Sredz, you're going to qualify top of the group now and go straight through. And Mentol, you're going to have to play off against Callum again, I believe.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that? You think are you going to take him down?
No, clearly no. First match was difficult. I think I lost. No, I win the first one. He win the second, and so we go on the third. And the third was super close. So I'm not sure. I think he will change the ban, and I will maybe play Chan for the first time, but we'll see.
Oh, yeah, I'm eager to know how Shan plays.
Well, good luck with the top cut, Sredz, and hopefully we'll get to cover some of your games. And good luck with the playoff against Callum Mentol. Thanks both of you again for letting us stream these games and for sticking around for this chat afterwards. Really, really appreciate it.
Sure, I appreciate your works. Thanks for covering as much games as you do.
Yeah, thanks. It was super cool. Bye.
Best of luck to you, Mentol, for next week.
Yeah, I will come with you into top 16.
I will be there. Bye.